Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Yes, indeed, it is Generational Wealth Wednesday. I tried something different. I hope that it worked. We shall soon see Generational Wealth Wednesday. What in the wide world? What's going on, guys? What is going on? Hope everyone's doing swell. Hope that worked. I don't know if it did or not, honestly, but I hope that it did. I don't like this. I got to change over to my nighttime to the evening, thing. So let's do that. There it is there. Let's go here. See if that changes. Oh my goodness. I have to do this again. Because the chat's not working again. I think that's what I have to do. I think I have to do that every time now for this chat to work. I think. We'll see. What's going on, guys? Let me, what do I want to? I want to change this. Yeah, I can change that now. Yeah, I can change it. I can change it. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, Generational Wealth Wednesday, every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Absolutely love. We're going to talk a little bit about the Bitcoin standard, a little bit. We're going to definitely tune into that dude, Michael Saylor, tonight. We're going to definitely tune into that. Let's do this. And let's make sure that we are, in fact, live. What's going on, guys? What happened in the market today? Like, I don't even know. Tell me. What happened in the market today? Other than that one time, XRP was definitely 4 for $1. Definitely saw that. Let me do this. Oh, I saw somebody's come up on the chat, so maybe that is working. Great uncle is here. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Bro, XRP is in the building. What's good, bud? What's going on, my dude? All right, so we got that working. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, got that working. XRP equals ESDR. I hear you, my friend. I am beginning to think the same thing. So yes, indeed. What's going on, guys? It's good to see you. Generational Wealth Wednesday, the Bitcoin standard. Got to get that. Hold on a second. I got to grab that book. Hold on a second. Let's talk about that. The Bitcoin standard, guys. What exactly is that? Now, I grabbed this book upon the recommendation of Michael Saylor, the famed Michael Saylor of MicroStrategies. MicroStrategies, who purchased 1.3 or 1.1 billion. Yeah, that's what the $1 billion of Bitcoin. He recommended this book. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to check it out. You know how we do on Generational Wealth Wednesdays. We do like to share some great books and talk about some great stuff. So this is from Saifedean Amos. I'm going to say Saifedean Amos, the Bitcoin standard. And I am going to spell his name and the title of the book and put it in the chat for you guys. So you have it. But before I do that, I have to remember, I got to take my block and balance here. Now, I was originally doing this just before lunch, but I discovered that the good idea to do it is right before your largest meal, because it works on the digestion, the dietary fat, and that type of deal. And also kind of, it blocks and balances. So I'm gonna take that now. I love that taste. So let me put that in there for you guys. Bro, XRP, no worries. I appreciate you being here, bro. Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't heard from you or Deep Mind in a while, but I'm glad everything is cool, and I'm glad that you're back here tonight. Let me put the title. The author's name is Saifedean, Saifedean, Ammous. Title of the book is The Bitcoin Standard, the decentralized alternative to central banking. If I could spell Bitcoin, that would be cool too. Put a little N in there. Oh, I don't know what happened. Maybe the N's already there. Yeah, nope. The Bitcoin standard. There it is there. The Bitcoin standard. Yeah, the Bitcoin standard. Indeed. What exactly is the Bitcoin standard? I'll talk a little bit about that, but we're mainly going to talk about what Michael Saylor told a few guys on a live stream or a Zoom about what he would do if he held a bunch of Bitcoin. What he would do if he held a bunch of Bitcoin. Alex Sheet is in the building. What's good, bro? Good to see you. Yeah, Bitcom. Yeah, Bitcom, right? So Dylan Darcherville, how are you, my friend? It's a very good book. You could also get the audio book as well. Okay, cool, Dylan. Thanks for letting us know. Appreciate you being here tonight on Generational Wealth Wednesday, my friend. Troy Spraggs is in the building. What's good with you, bro? Good to see you. Critical Complex is here. What's up, brother? Edward Franz Klowski is in the building. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Wi-Fi is here. What's up, Siege? Good to see you again. Good to see you as well. Wi-Fi. The Bitcoin Standards. Really, really good book. Really is. What exactly is the Bitcoin Standard? Very interesting stuff. I'm just in the beginning of this book. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I did highlight some stuff that I found was really interesting. It's a really good book. I'm telling you, it's a really good book. Talk about monetary competition. That's what Bitcoin allows, right? Monetary competition. And then he talked about a free marketplace. And I like that as well. But right now he's talking, I'm just on the chapter about money, which is chapter 1 of the book, interestingly enough. But interesting, I encourage you guys to definitely get this book. I find it to be very interesting. And again, I went to this book because Michael Saylor mentioned that he had read it. So you know how that is, right? Don't listen to what they say, do what they do. Yeah, so free market monetary competition is ruthlessly effective at producing sound money. Free market monetary competition. Free market monetary competition is ruthlessly effective at producing sound money. That is straight from the book there. I highly recommend you guys get the book. Definitely read it because, again, I think it's about the philosophy behind Bitcoin. And it's not just a digital asset. It's not just the technology. It's the philosophy and principles behind it that I think are most important. Jay Sober is here. Good to see you. Somebody's in La Jolla. I think I checked out La Jolla one time. San Diego checking in here. What's going on, Frogedelic? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here tonight. I like San Diego. I visited there a couple of times. I really do. I definitely do like it. But I came across a video by happenstance of Michael Saylor today, and boy, oh boy, am I glad that I checked that thing out. He's been saying something that we've been saying on the Generational Wealth Wednesdays every single Wednesday, and he said something that we should definitely be doing. And I just thought to myself, yep, This is what we talked about. I'm going to let you hear it from Michael himself, but I got to tell you, it was really, really cool. I was like, man, yep. This is what the high net worth and the ultra high net worth people do. And this is what exactly what he said they do, which is pretty cool. Darcy, what's good, bro? Saylor is a freak. Saylor, Mike, he's got a way to articulate his perspective, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that because some people are buying Bitcoin, and he mentioned 10 companies. I believe he said 500 billion, each of them buying Bitcoin, right? Yeah, but they're not telling you that they're doing it. And I think that's huge that Michael was willing to share. You know, I think it's huge that he's willing to share. And I think it's huge that people like Raoul Paul as well, willing to share. And I'm going to share something from a PDF, Michael, from Raoul Paul talking about XRP and talking about something called the S curve. And I also love in this PDF from Real Vision Crypto that Raoul Paul talks about the nonsense of the phrase crap coins and the nonsense of tribalism and the kind of the naivete in promoting this tribalism, and that he believes that the assets with real world use case that spur on adoption, those are the ones to look at. Is your network, is it contracting in terms of adoption, or is it expanding in terms of adoption? And also, I listened to Ashish Burla today. Shout out to Alex Cobb for sharing and streaming that. Not much to do there with Alex, with Ashish Burla. He did say that Ripple is definitely moving beyond payments. Their business model is definitely, without question, no reservation or hesitation, they are moving into other things besides payments and besides lending. Yeah. They are planning on being a behemoth. So when you hear Brad Garlinghouse talk about the Amazon of crypto, you know, Amazon started out with books and became just what it is. And Ripple is looking to do something along those lines. Interesting stuff. What's going on, Crypto Hippo? How are you? Data Cheeto, please give us your 2-minute thought on VeChain and EGLD. Elron. My 2-minute thought on it is that I like both platforms. I like both teams. I think that Elron is next level blockchain. And I think they have a shot for adoption, right? But they got to go out and win in the marketplace. That's ultimately is the deal. Just like VeChain had to go out into the marketplace and win, right? So will Elron. But so far, I like the progress that Minshew and Benjamin, I like what they're doing so far. So I own a ton of both of those. And really excited to see what the future holds. Definitely long-term hodls for sure. So I just discovered today from Michael Saylor, by putting 2 and 2 together, that I should be, in fact, continuing to add to my stack. I should be continuing to add to my stack. And I kind of missed some stuff. Kind of thinking, okay, cool, win moon. But the reality is to continue to add and continue to add and continue to add and continue to add and continue to add. That's really, you know, whether you're doing it with 15 or 20 assets, or whether you're doing it with 10 assets, or whether you're doing it with 5, it's really continue to add and continue to add and continue to add. Very, very interesting stuff. So That I don't know about either one of those. I believe personally, Dado Cheeto says, awesome, man. Thank you. Will VeChain ever reach $1? My answer is yes, I believe it will. It doesn't move. And since EGLD has a small supply, could it hit 1K? $1,000. If it gains adoption, it can. This is certainly not financial advice, and I'm certainly not suggesting to any of you to go out and buy some EGLD or some VeChain. You don't want to do what a YouTuber does, right? So I'm certainly not suggesting to go out and buy VeChain or EGLD. But yes, I believe that VeChain will reach $1. And I believe that Elron could hit 1K, $1,000. It's got as high as $53. Just a matter of 2 or 3 days ago. So yeah, I do. But they got to go out and win market share in the marketplace. And right now, a lot of people are excited about Elron. But it's two different things where VeChain is operating a lot outside of the crypto space. Elron is operating a lot inside the crypto space. So we have to see, right? We have to see how they go out and win in the marketplace. Because ultimately, that's what it's about. Can your technology go out and win? Do you have a strong enough team behind you, right? And can you be as nimble as that behemoth that is Ripple, if you will, and pivot and adjust in the technology that you have, right? Are you good enough and smart enough to listen to your customers and what's going on in the marketplace and make some moves? And thus far, I'm happy with EGLD and what they're doing. Is it 55 today? Yeah. Is it really? I didn't see that. I did not see that because, one of the reasons I didn't see it because I didn't want to get frustrated at looking at the Celsius app. That was one reason. And the other one is I haven't looked at anything going on today, but it's good to know it's at 55. I saw it at 53 yesterday. Is it not here any longer? I thought I had it on earlier today. What happened? Nope. So that's good news. That is definitely good news that it hit 55. And so that's kind of the deal, right? So that's almost from $6, right? It's about 900%. Right? Blessed, really, really blessed to be able to have some of that. I know there was a big to-do about it when they did that new tokenomics and they changed it. They made it that they did the same thing as VeChain did, that whole 1,001 deal. Or I think that's essentially the same thing that VeChain did. Yeah, VeChain is it's an interesting project. It really, really is. But I believe we're not in the bull run. And when you look at the history, it's for stuff. There's kind of two moves. There's that initial first 90, 60-day move, or your first 90 to 120-day move is that move, that's that bump. And then it goes down and then it stays sideways for years. For years. That's been my experience. That first 90 to 120 days when something goes, mainnet launches or something like that, they get that bump, they go down and they go sideways at that down, all-time low down sideways for years. For years. So, for me, VeChain has always been that 1, 3, 5 year deal, right? And EGLD, I believe, is going to be the same thing. Not that you can't take profits at some time. It's up 900%. I took profits out at 300%. Took my money out, took my low profits, right? So now I'm playing with house money, but hope that answers your question, my friend. Danny Loft is in the building. What's good, brother? How are you? Total market cap for the crypto could, in my opinion, total market cap in the year 21 could top 3 trillion. All these coins with real utility and regulatory clarity will have massive caps. I agree. I really, really do. And I think 2022, the end of 2022 is going to be really massive for the digital asset space. But I agree with you, 3 to 5 trillion. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to share something. Danny Loft, are you familiar with Raul Paul, Real Vision? You're welcome, Dado. You're welcome, Dado. Cheeto, you're welcome, my friend. Where are you checking in from, Dado Cheeto? Was it Dado Cito? Where are you checking in from? Big E, XRP, Crypto Brother, Siege on the Nighttime Street. What up? What's good with you, bro? Generational Wealth Wednesdays, my dude. Generational Wealth Wednesday. This bull run is happening now, huh? Well, for me, you know, I don't really look. Say again, please. What did I ask you, Danny? Now I forget what I asked you. Oh, do you know who Raul Paul of Real Vision is? Hold on one second, guys. Let me do something real quick. I forgot what I asked you. That's pretty funny. Yeah, this has just been like a major problem today. All love down here in Texas. Well, I appreciate that, brother. Back at you. Eyeing C. So what exactly did Michael Saylor say? Evening C. So what exactly did Michael Saylor say? I'm going to share that with you guys. No, sir. I think you're saying, no, sir, I am not. Yeah, Michael, his name is Raul Paul of Real Vision, founder of Global Macro Investing, GMI. Real Vision, very, very popular macro investor. YouTube channel is called Real Vision. But he also has a website, is realvision.com and realvisioncrypto.com that you pay for. But it's well worth it. It's only $1. Yeah, so I am having the serious issues with the Celsius app. It just doesn't want to participate. Anybody else having some challenges with that? Their Celsius app? All right, so let's get into what Raul Paul was sharing. I thought was really, really interesting. I'm going to share that with you guys. He put out an article, and it's now in PDF form about the digital asset space. Is that there? Let's do this, and let's go here. And he talks about, he says here, the XRP S-curve movement. But he's talking about the S-curve that is in all markets, and that includes the digital asset space market. Let's make sure you guys see that. Yeah, so Raul Paul is a big-time macro investor and is now a big-time digital asset space investor, Danny Law. And he does some of the best interviews ever for people in technology and fintech and crypto. Definitely want to give him a follow. Check him out for sure, bro. Yeah, so I can't get on my app, Froggadelic, for some reason. The app just won't log in. Well, I'm glad you're able to access yours, my friend. Dylan Darcherville, you said you had the same issue with Celsius? Man, I got to tell you, Dylan, I have tried everything. I've uninstalled it, reinstalled it. I've freaking, restarted my phone. I've freaking powered off my phone. I've done everything. And you hit the login and it just stays stuck. So let me share this PDF with you guys again. Yeah, okay. And he kind of gives his macro perspective, hugely successful, high net worth individual, type deal. Has some of the best people on for interviews in the space, all the big names in crypto. And really, really interesting guy. You should definitely check him out. It says Real Vision Macro Insiders. Now I got this because of, being part of what they do there, but he's talking about the S curve. The risk is that the protocol you choose fails to gain traction or loses traction it has. This is known in startup world as the S curve. Almost all products and businesses work along the line of the S curve. You can see here growth over time, got starting, replicating and improving, stabilizing, trajectory path to the next curve, which is then it's the future curve, and then there's to the downside, right? Absolutely love this. At various early points in the risk of a project dying, most startups fail. They probably follow Pareto's law in the 80%, and that 80% of them fail. Once you get past the initial traction phase, it's usually execution risk or regulatory risk that kills the business or network. MySpace is an example of execution risk. The Silk Road is an example of regulatory risk. The S-curve turning points tend to be high drama. Bitcoin had its Mount Gox moment, its Silk Road moment, its forking moment, its China ban moment, and its regulation moment. It probably has its tether risk moment to come and maybe more regulation, right? These all form part of Bitcoin's S-curve. And each time these hurdles are overcome, the network value increases. Bitcoin is not free of risk, but as with all networks, if they survive existential risk, they thrive. There's actually a chart out there in the world on the internet that it's titled "How Many Times Bitcoin Was Called to Fail or Go to Zero, and Yet It Never Did." It's actually like old charts. People are tracking it at the many times it was called that it was going to go down. It was going to go to zero. That is the S curve. Ethereum has its existential risk moments too. If you're interested in learning more about Ethereum, then I urge you to watch this video. Cool. Now we're over here to XRP, and this is what I wanted to share with you because I think it's interesting and I think it's fascinating that he is there. Make sure you guys are here. I think it's a New York thing. Well, yeah, I'm not in New York, so I'm not sure what's going on there, Dylan. I really am. I'm going to have to email the app@celsius.network. Like, it's funny because the within 30 minutes of me emailing them, it started working again. This was like a week ago. The XRP community, a low-key macro beast, says Frogadelic. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Danny Law says, my Celsius app is good. I love to hear that, man. I'm glad it's working, brother. I am glad that it is working. And it can't be my phone because all my other apps work. Both my Binances, both my Coinbase, both my Blockfolios, all the other apps work. So it's got to be the app and not the phone. So let's go over this. The XRP curve moment. XRP is the long-established cryptocurrency most hated by all the maximalists. It is being used as an extremely fast settlement protocol by banks, wire transfer houses, and many other financial institutions. It is hated because it has different attributes to Bitcoin and how it is used. The fact that all the coins were pre-mined, how it was marketed, how it began as centralized, etc. All very alien to the Bitcoin world. Again, none of these ecosystems are the same, and that is a feature, not a bug. And I love that he says that in the digital asset space, and I love that he is really quite alarmed by the tribalism. And I love when he says that the ecosystems None of these ecosystems are the same. And he says that's a feature and not a bug, right? In other words, it's not a problem, it's a feature, it's a benefit that they're different, right? That's an add, a value add to the digital asset space ecosystem. Most startups have a messy history, and in this space, almost every asset and player does. It's just a feature of the crypto world being as it was initially, totally unregulated. Right now, XRP is going through its existential S-curve moment as the SEC are taking the founders to court on a number of potentially serious breaches of securities law. If they rule that XRP remains a security to this day, which is almost impossible to rule, he has in parentheses, then it makes it almost impossible to XRP to survive, but not totally impossible. In parentheses, he has, it can survive outside the US. If, on the other hand, the SEC rules that it was a security when they launched it, as it was concentrated in a few hands, in parentheses, he has, as all cryptos tended to be on start, but it is now not a security, then there will be some big fines, and XRP will have been given the regulatory green light and can accelerate along the next S-curve. There is obviously a lot more complexity than the summary, and I will write an entire article on it in due course, because from a risk-reward perspective, it is setting up to be a really good trade. I especially like it because so many participants in the crypto market think everything about it is a scam and refuse to touch it. That makes me interested. When everyone hates something, there is often a good risk reward if they are wrong. The amazing thing is that this will soon be answered. This will be soon answered by the courts for once and for all. If it's deemed a security, trading will move outside of the US and XRP will have some value. But if the ruling goes how I think it will, then this thing will explode in adoption from the global banking system. I think he actually did this. This is dated January 20th, but I think he wrote it like on the 6th or something of January. The chart is, hey baby, the chart is getting very close to a perfect entry. It is potentially forming a large rounded bottom. Anyway, my point being that investing in other decent sized protocols or alts is similar to investing in medium sized tech businesses. It's a pretty normal and quantifiable risk. There are even special situations, opportunities like XRP that we're so used to trading in the macro. But you see how he gets the bigger picture. You see how he gets the whole idea, notion that just because the protocol at XRP is different than Bitcoin or Ethereum, that it's silly to think that that means it's not a good protocol. And I like that he gets that perspective. I really do. I really, really, really do. Oh, Jerry Wanayat, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Dan Roberts here. What's good, bro? Dude, I can't believe you went from the Beamer to the Porsche, like what the? What kind? I think that was a 911 S Turbo he was showing. What kind of Porsche was that, Dan Roberts? Crypto Siege wants to know. It wasn't a Macan, no. And he has the same BMW that I had, that 2-seater convertible.
Z4?
Yep, the Z4, but he has a silver one.
How was your workout?
Workout was outstanding. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I did shoulders and traps. I wanted to share that with you guys because, again, I think it's so hugely important to listen to people outside of the digital asset space, if you will, who are not beholden to a particular asset platform, network, but get the macro picture. I just think that is hugely, hugely important. XRP Tacos is in the building. What's good, dude? Man, I'm hungry. You and me both, bro. You and me both. Jackie 33 is here. What's good, miss? How are you? Yeah, he said it's the 911 Turbo S.
Turbo?
Yeah, 911 Turbo S. Yeah, I think it's the most expensive Porsche. Besides the electric Macan, probably. Not the electric Macan, the electric Taycan.
Panamera would be the most expensive.
You think the Panamera? I think that Taycan electric one is the most expensive one.
Panamera Turbo?
Indeed, I love it. I love it. I love it. Are you gonna get that entry, man? Is that gonna be your first one, bro? Because we've been looking at the first one to be the Cayman S. Dan Rob, Cayman S is the first one. Frogadelic, that's funny. I just want to buy a Fiat and crash it for some a Fiat. I think it's an old Brit.
Why crash it though?
You say crash it for symbolism purposes. I used to own an old British car. I used to own a Triumph TR7. Frogadelic. Triumph TR7 convertible. Cayman S. Yeah, I think that's going to be the entry for me. Miss Crypto Siege is going to get the Macan. And then once I know how to handle that Porsche, then it will move up. The 911 Turbo S. Ah, so Auntie Val's in the building as well. Hey, miss, how are you? Another lady crypto checking in. Good to see you tonight, Auntie Val. So again, back at you, XRP Tacos. Love you too, bro. And so that's the thing right there, right? Outside perspective. Outside perspective. I love that new Mercedes Maybach SUV. I haven't seen the SUV part yet, but I've seen those Maybachs. Daniel Law says, I just drive a Chrysler 300S. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Yeah, I mean, me and Miss Crypto Siege, we're going to probably end up with probably 2 exotics, you know, probably 2. Probably 1 Ferrari, 1 Lamborghini. Just 1 each, you know. That's it. Because I don't really consider the Porsches like, I don't know. I don't kind of consider that. And I mean, I know the price is there. Yeah.
Not really.
You are balling, Data Cheeto. I thought I was balling with at least 2020 Dodge Ram. You are balling. What's up with that new Dodge Ram? What the world? 700 horsepower. What's up with that, Dan Cheeto? What in the world? I saw that the other day. I'm like, holy moly. We are. That's what I was thinking too, Dan Rob. Wow, Siege, we cut from the same cloth. I was thinking the same thing when I saw you put up that picture of that 911 Turbo S. And you had the Beamer that I had. Man, I miss that Z4, bro. I miss it. I miss it. I started going down that Lexus route because, you know, I could get them for free. But man, oh man, I miss that Z4. I miss it. Yeah, I hear you, Dan Rob. Hey, Dan Rob, do you know about the channel TJ Millionaire Mentor? You need to check that dude out, bro. You familiar with that? You need to check that out. Here's a question, Siege. Our Spark Flare that we supported, that will be supported on iTrust, will we be able to withdraw without penalties to build on the network or build within the platform? How would that work? Yeah, and I don't know how they're going to support that. And honestly, that's a great question. I don't know how that's going to work with iTrust, right? Because you are taking it off that platform. So I don't know about whether that's going to be penalty free. You would think that the nice guys and the smart guys from iTrust would have covered that. But honestly, I don't know. I am not part of the iTrust. I don't have any assets on that platform, so I can't answer that question for you. But that is a great question. My guess is yes, because I'm guessing that it's going to be custody outside of, like, the XRP is part of the IRA. I don't think that Spark will be. I think that will just be something on the platform. Now I could be wrong, but that would be my guess. Still can't get into Celsius. I have to email them. What you making?
Turkey,
Oh, nice.
broccoli, cauliflower.
Yeah, TJ Millionaire Mentor on YouTube, man. You're gonna enjoy him. You're gonna really enjoy him. I think he's from New York too, if I can remember correctly. No, he's originally from the South, but he I don't know if he grew up in New York. He did some stuff in New York or something like that. Yeah, you'll definitely like him. Jackie 33, you're welcome. Yeah, what's up with that 700 horsepower though? That's what I was talking about. XRP Taco, 700 horses and a Dodge Ram. What in the wide world? All right, guys, let's get into Michael Saylor. There's 67 people here and 45 likes. I definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to collapse the chat and smash the like. That means a lot.
6,000.
That means a lot to me. And please, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We want to get to 6,000 tonight. Let's do it tonight. Let's get to 6,000 subs tonight. Let's do that. The life of King Wages here. How are you, my friend? I'm going all muscle for my first Hellcat wide body. I hear you. I hear you, my friend. The new Broncos look nice too, huh? I'm really looking forward to the day that I'll be able to buy an American car. I am not there yet, but I look forward to the day that I will. Maybe the Shelby. Jerry Waniat says, Siege, you're the best. Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that, my friend. And I appreciate you checking in tonight on a Wednesday. I know you could be a lot of other places, and you chose to hang out with the Crypto Siege, and that means a lot, my friend. I appreciate that. All right, let's share this Michael Saylor thing. Now, I'm going to have to go find this Michael Saylor deal. So let's do this. What's that? Okay, we don't need that anymore. I'll leave it. Let's do this. Hold on, let me see. Can I do that? Let's see if that'll work. All right, good. Yeah, and I stumbled. It's by happenstance that I came across this Michael Saylor deal, but you guys are going to really, really like this. Now, I was watching it on my phone, so. Yeah, here it is right here. Okay.
Your family had a lot to do with the gold situation. A registered exchange or a regulated exchange.
There's a couple of things I want you guys to listen to. He had like 5 or 6 people asking some questions. Make sure that comes up. Man, 45 minutes already. This thing flew by. Time flew by. That's what happens when you're hanging out with family. Time just goes by, right? Great uncle says, AI says, when I become a millionaire, the only thing I want to own is my luxury condo. No car. I'll call Uber Black. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Yeah, you're doing that. You're doing that Gary V style, great uncle. You're doing the Gary V style. I hear you, my dude. I hear you. Funkatelli. Miss Crypto Seas will love this. We need Tom Brady to win. He's a true American hero. American, not American, not American hero, the real patriot. Miss Crypto Seas would definitely agree with you, Funkatelli. The life of King Wage. Crypto Seas, greetings, bro, and much blessings. Thank you, my friend. Same to you. EGLD, Daddy Cheeto is telling me it's about to hit 56 now.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Nice.
Billionaire H is here. How are you, my friend? The new Tesla Cybertruck. That's an interesting look right there. I gotta tell you. Well, you know I'm from New York, Dan and Rob, so you know. I can't say it, but you know. Thank you. Oh, I got my favorite libation. Mr. Crypto Seeds hooked me up. Cheers to our success, to our new asset class. Our new asset class, the digital asset space. Cheers. Chrissy Fowl says, Siege, this is a lady of crypto. Hey, Siege, just hoping Brady wins, so maybe he'll retire. Get him out the league. Get him out the league already. Oh my goodness, that dude. All right, so let me share this Michael Saylor thing with you guys. Good to see you checking in there, H. Wi-Fi says, I'll be getting me some bald eagle power. Also, what does that mean, Wi-Fi? Bald eagle power. X Rapidly Creators here. What's going on, my friend? Dubin 2 says, I'll buy a Shelby. Yeah, you know, that might be the American thing that I end up getting, right? Because yeah, Jerry wanted, yeah, that's really exciting. Yeah. I hope he does. I hope he follows through on his word. Jerry wanted yesterday. Can anyone else feel the energy? I live in Florida and Miami wants to be the crypto capital of the world. I love it, man. I would love to see that happen. Jerry, I would love to see that happen. Gotta tell you. All right, let's share this. And it's just Generational Wealth Wednesday. So there's a certain part that I want to share, but I want to share some of his stuff. Let's listen to Michael.
What's going on with that, knowing that that's driving a lot of the market?
Talking about the Tether lawsuit.
What are your thoughts on Tether and the future of Tether?
So first of all, I bought $1.3 billion worth of Bitcoin. The way I did it is I wired cash into a registered exchange or a regulated exchange. I bought the stuff. I put it in cold storage. I have talked to $100 billion entities. I know at least 10 of them that have bought 500 million or more Bitcoin.
I've talked to $100 billion entities. So 100 different places he's had a conversation with. And he says, I know of 10 that bought $500 million worth. Yeah. Yeah.
They all wire cash, US dollars normally, into regulated exchanges. They buy the Bitcoin, it goes into cold storage. nobody's using Tether. Okay, Tether is a very successful FUD. Tether exists primarily as a settlement mechanism for exchanges, and mainly offshore exchanges after hours. If they want to settle between each other from Singapore to Malta and it's Saturday, they can't move it through U.S. banks or the Fed wire system, and crypto traders or exchanges might be using it offshore, but it's not driving the market. Institutions, all the major institutions are driving the market. They're all pretty much wiring euros or dollars into exchanges and buying Bitcoin. I'll tell you, so I think it's like very successful FUD, but it's totally irrelevant to the business. One more thing. I have a Twitter account and I have someone posting this fuck all stupid "is Tether destroying Bitcoin" article. The guy's a moron, pardon my French.
I didn't curse. I didn't curse.
He probably
YouTube, I didn't
bought
curse.
$1 million of Bitcoin in his life. I don't think he knows how it works. But I clicked on it today, and I should show you guys. It's being posted by this entity on Twitter that has 0 followers. Oh, okay. You understand? There's a bot on Twitter that spins up fake Twitter accounts with 0 followers and posts it probably 1 million times a day or something on everybody's Twitter feed. It's like, check out this article, check out this article, check out. It's been posted 27, 30, 40 times, and it's 0 follower non-people. So I really think that there's some kind of crypto scammer running a bot campaign on Twitter to pump Tether. Tether's a stable coin. It's irrelevant, right? There's nobody is gonna. No one is creating $40 billion of money out of the ether, buying 40 billion worth of Bitcoin to manipulate the price up. It's like not happening. You could.
So yeah, listen, I have a slightly different opinion on that, but in either case, what he said is Tether is a stable coin, and it's irrelevant. Right. So this is a dude who firmly believes that no matter the S-curve trajectory of Bitcoin, it's going to survive. Clearly, this is something that he thinks, but I want to share with you something that he says, because again, this is Generational Wealth Wednesday. And so let me make sure I get to the right point where he answers this question. Let me see if it's here. Hold on.
Doing the call outs, Tudor Jones, whoever else, to try to get them to talk about it and invest in it. So kudos to you for that. My question was related to personal gains, right? You just put $1 billion into Bitcoin, your personal gains. I know not all of that was for you, but for your company yourself, your personal cap gains are going to be in the billions. So how do you handle that? A lot of us talk here in the finance group.
How do you handle? So the question is, how do you handle your personal gain situation? Isn't that something that we all think about? Oh, American Muscle in the vehicle, brother. I got you. I got you. Indeed, Shelby. I like that blue and white, man. I like that look. Jerry Wanayat says the Miami trying to create a crypto city of freaking United States. Trying to be the one, trying to take over Wisconsin. Is it Wisconsin? I think it's Wisconsin. Trying to take their spot. All right, take care, Dado Cheeto. Dado Cheeto says, hope and wish everyone health and wealth. Truthfully, to give our kids a better life. I'm out, man. Been enjoying your live videos lately. Take care. Take care, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. I love it, guys. 60 people here, 55 likes. Gotta love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So that's the question that Michael Saylor is being asked. You just put $1.3 billion into Bitcoin. How are you handling your personal gains, right? The capital gains thing. How are you dealing with that? Now let's take a listen to what he says.
About how to handle that. Some people move to Puerto Rico. How do you handle that? Any tips?
Okay, well, here's my opinion here. The smartest wealthiest people I know got rich and stayed rich with a simple strategy. You create or you buy assets that are high quality, pristine assets. You hold them forever. And when you need cash to live, you finance them. You borrow against them. Like I buy a football team and I hold it forever, and I borrow, and I have a good banking relationship with a bank, and they loan me money at 3% or 2% interest. I buy a city block in New York City. I hold it 100 years. And then if the Fed prints 10% more money or 5% more money, the building goes up 5% in value if it's truly desirable. If you have assets that are scarce, desirable, and unimpaired, they're not impaired. And, I use that criteria.
Scarce. If you have assets, first of all, he said the wealthiest people that I know get rich and stay rich by either creating assets of value or buying assets of value and holding the assets. And his definition of value says, scarce, unimpaired, and desirable. That's the digital asset space. Right now, it's not all the tokens in the digital asset space, but in my opinion, that's the digital asset space. Scarce, unimpaired, the technology, right? Think about blockchain or Bitcoin's technology. Think about the XRP ledger, immutable, right? Tens of millions of closes without a single error, has never been hacked, right? Unimpaired and desirable.
You're right, because like for 100 years, it was New York City real estate, and maybe New York's not the greatest bet this year, but football franchises, city blocks. If I had an unimpaired, Jeff Bezos held Amazon stock, Mark Zuckerberg held Facebook stock. So buy Bitcoin. Am I going to sell it? No. I'm never going to sell it. I'm never going to. Here's two things I don't want. I never want a capital gain tax, and I never want an income tax.
Okay. Are we catching that right there? Here's two. This dude just put $1 billion of his money, $1 billion, into the digital asset space. Two things I don't ever want: a capital gains tax and an income tax. This is the ultra high net worth individual sharing what the 1% of the 1% do with their money. This is what they do.
Right? Okay.
Of course.
So what's the problem? If I buy an asset and then I'm trading on it and generating yield, I could generate 30% yield, but then I owe 15%, I owe tax on it, right? So if I had $100 million and I trade it, I'm taking a lot of risk. I generate $30 million in yield. I pay 15 million in tax. I have 15 million after tax, and I'm trading it, and I've got all this execution risk.
Right.
If I hold 100 million.
See, this is what he's talking about that the retail investors are doing. That's ultimately what he's saying. This is what he says, and I'm trading it. I may get a 20% or 30% yield, but I'm trading it, and because I'm trading it, I'm falling in and having to deal with these tax issues. That's why Alex Mashinsky of Celsius is promoting and building and marketing and ringing the bell with buy this stuff, put it on Celsius, hold it, and just earn your yield. He keeps going on this campaign about trading it. He keeps going on this campaign. Don't trade it. And trading it, quite honestly, is having some Bitcoin and then buying some other thing with the Bitcoin. And then that other thing goes up, or we're putting it into stable coins or all this other kind of stuff that the vast majority of retail investors are doing to incur the taxes. What the ultra high net worth individuals are doing is just buying Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP. And now the ultra high net, right? They're not interested, right? The vast majority of them just put it in some custodial, like a Genesis custodial institutional grade wallet, and they're just holding it. The dude just said, I'm never selling it. It's the Warren Buffett approach to crypto. You evaluate, you do your homework, you do your own research, you find an asset of value. Like for him, it's companies, right? You find these assets of value, you buy them, and you hold them. And he just gave a great example of the taxes incurred in the whole trading thing. Just some food for thought for you guys. I'm going to let him continue to talk.
And Bitcoin goes up. You fill in what you think it will go up. It's been going up 200%, but if it went up 20%, the number wouldn't. If it was 5%, the answer wouldn't be different. Let's say it goes up by, it doubles a few times. Well, if it goes up 20% a year, every year, if I need money, I set up a relationship with a bank. And there are companies. Some of the new emerging crypto exchanges will give you a loan. NYDIG will give you a loan. Genesis will give you a loan. Eventually, you'll see loans coming from lots of banks, and the entire Bitcoin banking sector will develop. Take your $100 million, borrow $10 million, pay. Right now, it'd be 5% interest.
Take your $100 million and borrow $10 million. Why do you say he does that? Why do you think he's suggesting that? It's because the asset you hold is the most valuable thing. The asset that you hold is the most valuable thing. It's not the fiat world. It's not the fiat dollar. It's not the real estate. It's not the stocks. It's not the commercial property. It's not the luxury exotic automobiles that seem to appreciate in value versus going down in value. The asset in the digital asset space is the most valuable asset. So instead of liquidating, like we talk about on this channel all the time, we talk about the ultra high net worth individuals. They don't liquidate the asset. The dude just told us that. He just told us that he's never liquidating. He's never selling it. They leverage their assets. Develop a good relationship with the bank and leverage your assets. This is coming from a dude, again, who just put $1.3 billion into Bitcoin, which for me means into the digital asset space. Not me, not Crypto Siege, because everyone, I got to tell you, there's a lot of people, what? Borrow? What? Pay a loan? What? Make payments? What? And they're totally missing the big picture. It's not that you're borrowing money. What you're doing is you're holding on to your most valuable asset. You're holding on to it. That's what it's about. Holding on to your most valuable asset. All right, I'm gonna play a little bit more and then we got to get off here.
It wouldn't be 50 basis points because the sector isn't as competitive as in stocks. If I had $100 million of Apple stock, I could borrow at LIBOR plus 50 basis points, right? I could borrow.
First of all, he said right now with the tradition, with Genesis or some other exchanges doing loans, you're probably going to get about a 5% rate, right? Now, for him, it's going to be about 5%. Celsius offers a 1% loan, a 4% loan, and a 8% loan to value, right? 25% loan to value, 33% loan to value, 50% loan to value. Now he's given an example of what he would be able to get in a traditional world if he had $100 million in Apple stock, right? Right. So he would be able to, you know, Goldman's or JP Morgan, right? And he's laughing because he said, yeah, I'm probably going to get, you know, on $100 million, you know, if I have $100 million worth of assets, I'm probably going to get about a 1% loan. Think about that. And now think about the Celsius network and how they're offering you a 1% loan, like the ultra high net worth individuals get. Like the ultra high net worth individuals get. It's not about how much money you get on that loan. It's about the principle of practice and putting into practice how the high net worth and the ultra high net worth individuals act. It's about doing what they're able to do. It's about leveraging and being able to participate in the same way that they're able to participate. Go out and tell your friends and family that you got a 1% loan on your assets. Using your assets as collateral, using your assets that you own as collateral. And then ask them if they're able to do that. Do they even understand what that means? That's what this is about. That's what we have. That's the opportunity that we have right now, is to walk and talk and act like the 1% of the 1%. So, you know, I encourage you to get away from this mentality of thinking I'm taking a loan. You got to get away from that thinking and think, no, I'm holding on to my assets by leveraging it. This is what he said. The beginning thing he said is, all the high net worth individuals that I know and I hang out with, the way they get their wealth and keep their wealth is to attain assets. It's just like the generational wealth formula that we have for the channel. It's exactly like that. Generational wealth equals digital assets plus sound saving instruments multiplied by a cash flow business. Identifying digital assets of value, holding on to those assets, and then leveraging the value of those assets versus liquidating the assets. This is exactly what he's talking about. Generational wealth equals digital assets plus sound saving instruments like the Celsius platform and dividend paying, properly structured whole life insurance that allows you to do the same thing that Celsius allows you to do, except for they're in the fiat world and Celsius is allowing you to do it in the crypto world. It's the same concept. It's the exact same concept, except with the dividend paying whole life insurance policy, you have a death benefit that's attached to it that you're able to pass down to your loved ones, to your family. And you can leverage that system as well. That's what the high net worth individuals do in the fiat world. If I told you the businesses and companies and the people that establish their wealth using that platform and concept, one very, very popular dude is Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. He used that model to build his wealth and eventually buy the Cowboys. That's what he did. That's what he did. So let's listen a little bit more.
$10 million and pay less than 1% interest on it. So I would just, and if I told you the stock was going to go up 10% a year, you would just hold it forever.
Yeah.
So why do I sell an asset? I sell it because it's impaired. If you have a company, it's impaired by a bad CEO. It's impaired by a bad product release. It's impaired because a regulator makes it illegal. If I have $100 million of land in California, why can't I do that? Well, I probably can, except for the fact I might get real estate taxed to death. The governor of California might impair it by passing a zoning law on it, right? If I have land and land gets taxed and it gets impaired, stocks have execution risk. On the other hand, Bitcoin, it doesn't have the property tax risk. It doesn't have the execution risk. There's no new product. It just exists to exist. So the strategy is simple. You buy it and you hold it for 100 years.
But
And
you
when
got to
you
buy
buy-
it in a place that doesn't allow you, like, if you bought it at Coinbase and you moved it, you'd have to pay tax. So buy it in a place where they won't charge cap gains,
No,
right? If you move it.
No,
Right.
you don't owe a tax if you buy if you bought $1 million on Coinbase and then you simply transferred it to custody or to your own wallet. There's no taxable event when you move the Bitcoin around in kind. The only taxable event is if you transfer it to another person. So if you sell it, that's taxable. If I buy $1 million that goes up to be worth 10 million and you sell it, then you owe capital gains on 9 million. If you give it to your daughter, or you give it to someone, you've got gift tax restrictions, just like any other property. If you buy $1 million of Bitcoin and you hold it and it becomes worth 100 million, you could sell it and you pay 30 million or 40 million in capital gains tax, have 60 million afterwards. But that'd be stupid, because you would be better off to borrow $50 million against the 100 million or 20 million against it. If you borrowed $20 million against $100 million in Bitcoin, pick any number, borrowed 200,000 against $1 million in Bitcoin, your debt to equity ratio is 20%. Your expenses can go up by 20% a year, every year forever, as long as Bitcoin goes up faster than 20% a year on average.
Yeah.
Your debt to equity ratio falls. And you will, in essence, what you're doing is you're doubling your money every year while your debt to equity ratio falls. You never incur capital gains tax, short or long term. You never incur an income tax.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. You never incur an income tax and you never incur a capital gains tax. Because in your debt equity ratio goes down because of the value of the asset. Because of the value of the asset. Right now, Bitcoin for the last 12 years has done 200% on your money. 200% on your money. And if you look at XRP, and you were blessed to be able to get that 54,000% increase or that 57,000% increase. I don't even know what it is. Something crazy like that. Even with it being at the price that it is now, do you realize how massively you're still up? Right? That's the digital asset space. That is the world in which we live in. Dubian too, have a great night, brother. I appreciate you checking in, my friend. DJ said, that's a very special thought, Siege. Absolutely. Appreciate you being here, DJ. Wi-Fi Lifestyle Review says, perfect. Incognito says, yep. And again, I wanted you guys to be able to hear from him, because I know we talk about it on Generational Wealth Wednesdays all the time. And a lot of people struggle. They struggle with a loan. Wait, what? I have the money. I have the asset. All I got to do is cash out, and I got it. I got the right. Leverage versus liquidate is what the ultra high net worth and the high net worth individuals do. And even in just as important as that, the reason why they do it is the two things that he says that this high net worth individual just said he never wants to do is pay capital gains tax and pay income tax. This is how they live. This is how they work. This is how they think. Nobody's breaking any laws. Nobody's breaking laws. No one's evading tax laws. The way it is set up today, by borrowing against your assets, you don't pay any taxes. Now, a lot of us are going to have to, hook up and get on token tax and API and download the software or the different exchanges that we've used, right, to do our trading, right? I'm guilty, right? I've done trading for the last 2 or 3 years, right? Even if it's just BTC into a stable coin, they're saying that's trading. They're saying that that's taxable. Now, it may end up being gains, it may end up being losses, but it's taxable, right? But going forward, maybe this is something to consider. It's food for thought. Food for thought. Sammy Amar, how are you, my friend? Good to see you checking in today. So there it is, guys. That's the long and the short of it. I've gone long enough. I wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you got some great value and some great information. If you did, let the Twitter know, get their stream out. Let them know that you guys had a great time hanging out with the Crypto Seeds. Share the channel and let people know. I appreciate it. We got just as many likes right on the nose, 66 and 66. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight on the Wednesday. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Never, ever forget that old money doesn't want you to win. We have to make a decision, right, and embrace the idea and notion that the digital asset space is, in fact, our chance to win. And my question for each and every one of you is, are you participating? Are you participating? Are you jumping in? Are you doing your homework? Are you doing your due diligence? Are you doing your own research? One of the great questions that can answer that for you is that Flare network as XRP hodlers. What are you thinking about it? Are you thinking about, man, I can't wait to get that free money, I'm out. I can't wait to get that free money, I'm out. Are you thinking that? Or are you thinking about participating in the Flare network? All right, guys, love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out today. Don't forget, guys, losing weight the healthy way, losing weight the healthy way. I am so proud of our new product launch. It's been absolutely outstanding. The results have been, I don't even know what to say. Have been absolutely crazy and mind-boggling. Is that what I want? That's not what, yeah, that is what I want. Been absolutely crazy and been absolutely mind-boggling. Definitely check it out. Got any questions? Don't forget, don't hesitate to ask. The 21st century way to do it. I absolutely love it. You see the 3 packs here. Go check out this site to learn more. Activate, block, and cleanse. We're super, super proud of it. You get a chance to see some before and after pictures of some of our good friends who were fortunate enough to be early testers. It's pretty mind-boggling stuff, both men and women. It is a pretty cool deal. Let me leave a link in the description for you guys for that. Have a great night, guys. I appreciate you guys being here so much. It's been a really cool hang. Here's the link. Any questions, just reach out to CryptoSeeds@protonmail.com. All right, guys, listen, have a great night. It was great talking cars and talking Porsches and talking American muscle cars. It was a great hang today. I hope you got some value from Michael Saylor as well. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. Listen, have a great night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya. Bye.
It worked. I'm live.
Using what? Stream.